first event, the first lecture that the Southeastern Horticultural Society has planned, and it reminds me of build it and they will come, because you came and I am so happy. I'm not a fisherman, but I thought this morning, you know, I bet the most important thing if you are is have the right bait. And I think we're successful because we've got the right bait. We've got Tony Avent. I want to thank our sponsors for this event. Wilmington Trust is our sponsor, and we have an anonymous sponsor who likes to remain anonymous, bless her heart. Also, I want to welcome, we have two partners presenting this. One is the Cherokee Garden Library, which is housed right here in the History Center, and the other is the State Botanical Garden. And as you leave today, you will receive information from both of those groups. I think we're ready. Oh, one more thing, and you'll hear this again. I'm tempted to say I'm going to lock the doors before you leave. I won't go that far, but I want every one of you, if you're not a member of the Southeastern Horticultural Society, please join today, because we will be bringing you more events like this throughout the year. So with that, I'm going to ask our chairman of the board, Robert Valentine, is going to speak to you.
Well, good morning. It's terrific to see so many of you here. And on behalf of the board of the Southeastern Horticultural Society, I want to welcome you to McElreath Hall and to our first inaugural lecture. We've got a terrific program planned for you, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the history of our organization. Many of you know us from our 22-year history. This January is the Southeastern Flower Show. We've been able to make up out of whole cloth a volunteer organization that today encompasses over 2,000 folks, helping to put on one of the top juried horticultural events in the city of Atlanta and indeed the United States. We've got a terrific new location. I hope you'll join us at the Cobb Galleria, where we have plenty of free parking, less aggravation perhaps than going downtown, a renewed sense of enthusiasm among our landscapers and our volunteers and our judges and others, and it's going to be a terrific event. But the Horticultural Society, building upon the successful model that Jane Pepper has led in Philadelphia for so many years, allows us to take that one-time-a-year event and bring it year-round to create a program of education surrounding the art and science of gardening. And through a collaborative effort, bringing together many other wonderful organizations online through our website, which we will have ready to roll out here in another few months, as well as a series of educational programming such as the fall lecture that you're attending today. We hope to really broaden the education surrounding gardening and make this not just a once-a-year flower show, but a year-round event. To lead us, we have a dynamic new leader in Kate Chura. Kate has just relocated with her family from New York, where she's been acting director of the Horticultural Society of New York, and where she served for 7 years as the chief operating officer of that venerable 117-year-old institution. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kate to you, and please extend a warm Atlanta welcome to her.
Sorry, we have the handing of the mic. I hope I don't kill your ears. Well, welcome everybody, and so exciting to be here for I Like It, I Love It, I Want Some More of It, Garden Design for the Plant Collectors with Tony Avent. It's going to be a very, very exciting lecture. I want to tell you a little bit about Tony. He grew up rescuing wildflowers in the woods of North Carolina. He would then take those wildflowers home and plant them in the family garden and marvel over the diversity that he found within a single species. He then later went on to study horticulture at North Carolina State University and set out to really bridge the worlds of botany and horticulture. That led to the creation of the Plants Delight Nursery and the Juniper Botanic Garden. Once he was into the nursery business, he realized that he needed to provide more selection, and he embarked on a mission of plant exploration. During that plant exploration, he set out to discover new plant varieties that would flourish in the garden, and also to expand the variety of those that were already being used. So now, I'd like for you to join us to sit back on a journey with Tony Avent as he talks about landscape design and the important factors that he sees in selection, the use, and the care of plants. So I welcome Tony Avent.
What we decided to talk about today is a little different than I typically do, so I've got a different hat on today. As we talk about gardening, I group gardening into three facets, and one is selecting of plants, which is usually what I get to talk about, is the individual plants and how excited we are over great new things. The maintenance of plants, which people don't want to hear as much about. But today we're going to talk about how to use those plants, how to take those plants that we've collected through the years and assemble them together in something that resembles a landscape that we'd like to be proud of. Now, landscape design has certainly been taught for years and years. You've read books about it. Frankly, most of the stuff I find very offensive, the way people maintain and plant landscape designs. And I want to share with you today, it's a very personal journey of how I have evolved over the years from my early gardens to where I am today in terms of plants. So why don't we go ahead and kill the little spotlight right here in front. A garden to me has to be something that excites me. Now, maybe I need a little more excitement than other people, you know, with the ADD, the OCD, all these things that some of us have. We need things that excite us. When I walk out in the morning, when I walk out to go to work, I want to open my door and I want to be excited. I want plants that jump out and say, yes, this is going to be a great day. This is wonderful. That's what I enjoy. That's what I get excited about, is gardens that there's always something happening in. To have a garden that there's always something happening, you have to have a diversity of plants. If you landscape with the 12 basic plants, there will never be anything exciting in your garden. It will look the same all the time. Boring. I want something that continually gives me something to happen in the garden. We all hear a lot about garden rooms. And garden rooms are just so important. Can you imagine if the house you lived in had no rooms inside? Would you feel comfortable in there?